sex education for your children. What do you feel like when you hear such kind of topic? Of course, a little ashamed and maybe something like, what are you talking about? Yes, but I will be just approaching this topic something differently. Starting with the Abraham Maslow in his theory of personality, which is more popularly known as need hierarchy theory, kept sex under the first order need or basic need, just along with food and thirst. Not only him, another great psychologist, Sigmund Freud, in his theory of personality has given sex pretty much importance, and he had the reason giving this much importance. Well, of course, we are not talking about the Maslow's theory as well as Sigmund Freud's theory, so I won't be discussing much about those theories. But of course, I will discuss something more on sex education for your children. That is, after a certain age, the knowledge of sex is as important as any other knowledge essentially required for your children. But the fact is totally upside down. In spite of so many government-run programs about sex education, both parents and teachers are still pretty hesitant in giving sex education to their children and students respectively. In a country like India, where such information is indispensable, but still sex education is a taboo or a stigma, which consequences we can see in many adverse forms. Besides, the current report shows that the adolescents are inadequately informed regarding their own sexuality, physical well-being, and their health. The major sources of information on sexuality are the media and peers, which are highly dangerous, as given the information inadequately and in a negative sense, or you can say wrong interpretation. I mean, only for the pleasure purpose. Therefore, whatever the knowledge they have is incomplete and confused. Secondly, low rate of educational attainments, limited sex education activities, and inhibited attitude towards sex attenuate this ignorance, leading to unwanted and premature pregnancy, illegal abortion, and morbidity among young girls. On the other hand, the bad health, disruption in education, derailment of career, and even involvement in juvenile crimes among young boys. Very serious. Besides, knowledge differs based on gender, education, and place of residence, with uneducated rural girls having the least information. Interviews with boys and girls reveal an inherent gender bias in relations, and a double standard favoring boys prevails. I mean to say, girls and boys are given such information differently. Okay? In our societies, good girls are not supposed to talk or even know about sex. Thus, forbidding girls from such seeking information is common practice. However, in order to understand the adverse impact of not having proper sex education, I have categorized it in the following ways. The first one is health issue. As with the growing age, especially during the teenage, there are rapid and unexpected changes happen in human bodies. For example, hair growth on the face, under the arms, and some other parts of the body. Voice changes, enlargement of testicles, enlargement of penis, secretion of sex hormones, wet dreams, etc. in boys, and on the other hand, breast development of pubic hair, the commencement of menstrual periods, etc. in girls. In addition to this, changing in way of thinking altogether, put many questions to teenager. And if these questions are not addressed properly, it leads to bad impact on the health and may lead to some serious diseases, as well as that may hinder the body growth as well as the mental growth. Second one is the socialization issue. What does it mean? That ill-informed or less informed children are vulnerable of adopting bad habits of many types. They may start adopting some bad habits like smoking, drinking, telling lie, even stealing or doing some other petty crimes. Third one is the career issue. Bad health and not giving proper socialization directly affect the career of the children. If you check out the records, you will come to know that lakhs of teenage students are dropped out from their schools. Children's suicide rate is also high, and all such things are very high in a country like India. Last but not the least, that is juvenile delinquency. What does exactly it mean? Juvenile delinquency refers to antisocial or criminal activity of the child below the age 18 years, which violates the law, that is Juvenile Act 2000. Examples of some of these offences are felonies or may include sexual crimes, homicide, violent crimes, and drug and property violations. Likewise, during the adolescence, the patterns of behavior are formed. This is very important, so pay attention. I repeat, during the adolescence, the patterns of behavior are formed, which largely determines a person's adult health and longevity. As young people enter puberty, new health concerns arise, which are related to their sexuality and reproductive maturation, and also the behaviors that follow. Therefore, responsible, mutually respectful, and caring behaviors during the adolescence promote and enhance harmonious and healthy relationships with your children and help to promote future career growth, family formation, and parenthood. So everything is getting determined or decided at this point in time. So this point you cannot ignore. Pay attention. Moreover, considering that human sexuality has been found to have a biological dimension, a behavioral dimension, a clinical dimension, as well as a cultural dimension. Therefore, adolescent sexuality is an important perception and attitude towards sex education. So, by understanding the importance and niceties of sex education, I have started giving such valuable information through such digital media, and hence from now onwards you will get regular information on sex education, which is very important not only for the students but also for the teachers and parents. So I request you all to follow my channel and time to time share your views as well. That's all for this video, and I hope to see you again in my next video.